Hello everyone, I'm Jeff and welcome to my series Tales from the Park, where me and my furry four-legged crew go explore provincial and national parks, conservation areas, and historical sites, along with the communities that they're a part of and that surround them. Today we're going to be going to explore Port Burwell Provincial Park and the neighbouring community of Port Burwell, Ontario. Port Burwell Provincial Park is located approximately 180 kilometres southwest of Toronto, Ontario. Let's grab our stuff, jump in the car, and get this adventure started. Port Burwell Provincial Park was established when the Ontario government began buying up land in 1967 and was officially opened in 1971 as Iroquois Beach Provincial Park. In 1986, the park was expanded to its current size of 243 hectares and renamed Port Burwell Provincial Park. All right, we made it to Port Burwell Provincial Park. It was a lovely drive. Unfortunately, we couldn't drive straight into the park, so we had to park the car a little ways away. The girls and I are going to go and find the beach, since that's the whole reason we came here. We'll check out the whole park, but the dog beach is where it's at. Located in the park's day-use area, there is a beautiful sandy beach that stretches for 2.5 kilometers. For people like me that like to include their pups in their adventures, the East End is designated a dog beach. According to the website, there is an off-leash area located in the east end of the dog beach. However, there were no signs indicating its specific location. We did notice elsewhere on the beach, however, signs that indicated a $95 fine for letting your pups off their leash, so be warned about that. At the very end of the dog beach, you will notice the large rock breakwater that connects to a small lighthouse. While it might seem enticing to try to walk out, as noted by the signs, this can be a dangerous idea and should probably be avoided. If you're visiting during the off-season while the park is officially closed, like we were, no one's going to bother you if you and your pups choose to explore the rest of the beach. Just remember to be respectful and clean up after your dog. If you're visiting during the summer and plan to go swimming, you'll need to be careful as there are no lifeguards on duty, no life-saving devices, and when the waters are rough, there is a dangerous undertow. If you're into hiking, Port Burwell might not be the best choice for you. However, there are some options available, and some of those options have some wonderful little surprises, like this overlook over my shoulder. It's beautiful, scenic. It would be amazing to watch the sunset here. Officially, the park has two hiking trails, the Ravine Creek Trail and the Beach Trail. Both are rather short, 1 kilometer and 2 kilometers respectively, and are not technical in the least. The trails are suitable for everyone and great if you have a little time to kill. These trails wind through a mature forested area and have benches located at various points where you can rest or just take a few minutes to enjoy the beauty that surrounds you. The park has 230 car camping sites available, along with some centrally located amenities. While the sites are private, they're a long way from being a backcountry experience. If that's what you're looking for, there are much better suited parks. If, however, you're just looking to get away and relax without too much hassle, then Port Burwell Provincial Park is a great option. That was a lot of walking. Now that we've seen everything that Port Burwell Provincial Park has to offer, me and the Fur Circus are going to take a few minutes to rest our feet, and then we're going to jump back in the car and head over to neighboring Port Burwell. There's something hiding there that might surprise some of you. I'm not going to spoil it, but trust me, it's not what you expect. We'll see you over there. The village of Port Burwell was founded in 1830 by Malin Burwell. With its location at the mouth of Big Otter Creek, the harbor there became a center for shipbuilding and fishing, as well as allowing for the export of lumber and produce from the surrounding area. In 1903, the harbor was improved to allow for the ferrying of coal from Pennsylvania. This required periodic dredging of the harbor and was funded by the Canadian government until 1970 when it was discontinued. During the 1920s, the village became popular with tourists during the summer months due to its large sandy beaches. While the harbor is less central to the economic well-being of the village today, tourism still plays an important part for the community. As you travel down the main street, you will see a number of monuments to the sailors who worked the lake and that speaks to the mariner history of the area. I mentioned before that Port Burwell has a surprise for its visitors, and here it is. They have a freaking submarine. How cool is that? The HMCS Ojibway was originally laid down by the British Royal Navy in 1962 as the HMS Onyx, an Oberon-class submarine. Prior to completion, the Onyx was transferred to the Royal Canadian Navy and renamed the Ojibway after the First Nations people. The Ojibway was a diesel-electric boat with a length of 295 feet and 1/4 inch, a beam of 26 feet and 1/2 inch, and a draft of 18 feet. She had a maximum operational depth of 1,000 feet and a range of 9,000 nautical miles. The Ojibway was commissioned by the Royal Canadian Navy on September 23, 1965, and spent almost the entirety of her career with Maritime Forces Atlantic. During the Cold War, the Ojibway was responsible for underwater surveillance operations in the Western Atlantic, tracking Soviet submarines and surface vessels. With the end of the Cold War, the Ojibway spent the 90s performing patrol operations for the Canadian Department of Fisheries and Oceans and the Solicitor General of Canada. She was decommissioned in May 1998 in Halifax, Nova Scotia. In 2012, the Ojibway was towed from Halifax to Port Burwell, where she rests as a museum ship. Currently, you can tour this piece of Cold War history. Well, that wraps up our adventure at Port Burwell Provincial Park and the neighboring community of Port Burwell. We had a blast. We saw some fantastic sights and got in a lot of exercise. Thank you so much for coming along with us. Remember to like and subscribe, and don't forget to check out our next adventure. Take care.